So there's a lot of jiwang in here tonight, I noticed. So I will follow suit. This is called What is Love? So, those of you who have been to the slams, I'm sure you've heard this as well. Whenever I say the word love, you guys gotta say, get over it, okay? Okay. Let's practice. Love.
Get over it.
Okay, that's really wonderful, but I say love about 100 times. So you gotta keep the same energy up all the way through, okay? Alright. What is love?
Get over it.
What is love anyway?
Get over it.
Love
Get over it.
is like the roulette gun. It's not just risky, it's totally random. It's dangerous, it's certain death, it's a bullet in the head. Love
Get over it.
is pulling the trigger yourself without even making a bet. Love
Get over it.
is like standing in a puddle with two refrigerators plugged in either side of you in a lightning storm with steel toe caps. Get that?
Yes.
Love
Get over it.
is not warm. Instead, it'll leave you standing outside in the cold and rain with nothing but your underwear on and your cell phone batteries on its last energy bar. And of course, you don't have your wallet on you because your underwear doesn't have pockets. And why would you need to have pockets in your underwear? Except as a convenient place to keep some small change to make a token bet that every time you fall in love,
Get over it.
you'll end up getting wet. Drenched, soaked, saturated, in fact, dripping with misery and regret. Love
Get over it.
is like driving a car without insurance or a valid license. Love
Get over it.
is stupid. Love,
Get over it.
love needs a license.
Get over it.
People in love
Get over it.
should have to register for protection before they commit. A witness protection program for the broken-hearted dimwits. A deal with a local mafia boss bodyguards. A state-of-the-art alarm system that warns you long before you find yourself standing in the rain with a dead battery. That love
Get over it.
has breached the perimeter, has scaled over the 10-foot barbed wire fence, outrun your favorite German Shepherd, and is now heading towards you with ninja stealth and precision to deliver the ultimate blow while you sleep soundly on your pillow. Love
Get over it.
is low. Love,
Get over it.
love knows no bounds. Love
Get over it.
can sink to depths unfathomable and way beyond the limits of normal human capacities, beneath the depths of the ancient six-gilled shark, who known only to mankind through photographs taken by the most technologically advanced ROVs, exist on no sunlight whatsoever under pressures enough to blow an H-bomb. But love
Get over it.
is not alone. Down there, it rests happily next to that airplane black box, lost forever in the crash, gone. Love,
Get over it.
love is a marathon! Exactly. Love
Get over it.
is both fast and committed. Love,
Get over it.
love's virtue is its stamina as it races away from you. Love,
Get over it.
love's only guarantee. Love's only gift. It's only compromise that love is totally unavoidable. So, I suggest you charge your cell phone, buy rubber soles for your shoes, learn how to dive, ancient martial arts, find a godfather, and for goodness sakes, sew pockets into your underwear. Always be prepared. Thank you. I think the greatest thing about performance poetry is its way that it can communicate directly with the audience. It is extremely participatory. And I think that's what separates it from poetry on the page. As we learn, when we write for the spoken word, for performance, I think we must always remember that that's what we're doing. We're talking. We are talking. And this is horrible. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't be reading, but I'm sure you've seen, as Sheena has shown us, the most powerful, the most impactful, the most bestest performance poets are those come directly at you and speak as if they're speaking directly at you. So do not follow in my lead. Memorize your poems and just speak them. And improvise as much as you can, yeah? That's all you gotta do. If you forget the line, just make up some other rhyme. It doesn't matter at all. Okay, I'm gonna do another one. It's not as exciting. So this was written for an event that we did at MAP, as usual, for Astro. Astro 2 years ago did this thing called My Story, My Malaysia. Anyone to take part in that? So as a non-Malaysian, I wanted to write this. I've been here for 8 years. I feel like KL is my city. My parents live in Sabah. My mother's actually a Sabahan. So, and people say, oh, you're a Sabahan, oh, you're from KK. Not really. My life has been KL, so I'm this close to being KLite. Except for the lack of BM, that's okay. There are a lot of Malaysians that don't speak BM very well, yeah? Okay. So that can't be the thing that, crosses me off. So it goes like this. She rubs minya on her ankles and calves. The noxious concoction of menthol and mosquito coil is enough to make me gag. I can't breathe. I want to leave. I want to rub her varicose veins away. I want to say, Popo. Popo kaki sakit. Popo cannot chanko. Popo cannot masak ikan. Popo cannot stand. I nod. I cannot understand. Popo, I want to hold your hands. She reaches for me to get up and she leads me to her makeshift bedroom at the bottom of the stairs. The smell of dry banana leaves wafts through the air. Popo cannot climb stairs anymore, she says. I nod, I know, and I pass her tea. The leaves of papaya, the leaves of tara, the leaves of coconut, the leaves of mango, the trees of our lives, the smell of our childhoods continue to grow even as we decay. Outside, the mongrel dogs play. I can hear them barking at a passing stranger's car on the road below, or maybe to stray from the next door who's wandered onto our land. The dogs don't usually give him a second chance, though. They growl, they bite, and send him back, beaten and bitten by fleas. Back to the Indian man whose family has been neighbors with us for as long as my family have lived in Malaysia, whose poison has killed our dogs on more than one occasion, but we still smile at his wife at the market generously. Papa has fallen asleep. Her loose pajama pants are rolled to the knees. The cigarette she's been smoking has burnt out in the ashtray. A long plume of gray and white ash, like her hair, remains solid for a second, then snaps fragilely. It's the grass cutter, the Indonesian boy. The Indonesian boy who is no longer a boy but married to the girl maid from the house next door, who used to live in the little hut at the bottom of the garden near to the longan, whose Kretek cigarettes once beckoned me to try them. He's decapitating the borderless lawn. The long reeds are flying everywhere with the smell of honey and rain and sun. It's the wet season, so the grass is very long. After the dust settles, the giant termite mountains rise so proudly, even the swing of a heavy chanko doesn't dent them. I remember I tried it as a child, and more than a few times, more than one hot, blistering day. I'd drag my body out of the stalemate afternoon heat at the Kampong house, put on a pair of slippers that were usually too big for me because they weren't mine anyway, and stroll carelessly down the hill to where the mountain stood, with nothing better to do. Chanko in hand, I'd give that thing a thing or two. Even once, I watched my two young nephews, and they were going at it with two lead pipes, swinging foolishly, beating the orange mud to death, the ants and the termites, scattering everywhere. Papa would be at the fish pond, and with the dragonflies, and behind the house, brushing clothes, squatting with a roll-up, nicotine stains between her thumbs, bent over a silver drum, or plucking chicken feathers while the roosters pecked on, but always with one eye open because we ate chicken curry very often. I'd sneak off into the little hut for a sliced smoked cigarette stolen from my grandfather's pack, who about this time he'd come back in his junk car from the coffee shop, with small bags of groceries and 2 cans of Royal Stout for my popo, and of course, more cigarettes. But not today. I ran up the hill back to the house, now in half shadows, leaving the boys to learn their own lessons, make their own discoveries that, in time, would pardoned them. Popo has bathed, and she's now dressed in a clean white t-shirt, a colorful deep red sarong. A hand towel over her shoulder drips, of course a cigarette from her lips. She's gone to her small cupboard and she takes out the medicated oil and she proceeds to rub her ankles and her calves. She says, Popo kaki sakit. Popo cannot shanko. Popo cannot go to market. Popo cannot masak. Popo cannot stand anymore. Thank you, you've been a wonderful audience.